What are two major areas of change in an organization? Change is all around us and it seems to be constant. But did you know there are two major areas or sources of change that are almost sure bets within any organization? And by increasing your awareness of these changes or sources, you can become better prepared to move through them successfully? Well, I'm about to break it all down for you. Let's get it. Change across any organization, whether it's a startup, an organization or a corporation that's been around for decades, a nonprofit, or a social impact group, change is inevitable. And the sources of those changes can vary, but there are two areas that are sure bets when you think about change in any organization. Well, by the end of this video, you're going to know them both and a little secret that's going to help you through them. The first major area of change that's almost a sure bet, regardless of the organization, is culture. Culture is something that can change either actively, meaning the organization understands how the culture needs to change in order to keep moving the business or the mission forward, or a little bit more passively, meaning that you're getting a new influx of employees, the individuals that comprise the organization are changing, and so that means the culture is changing. And by the way, by culture, I mean that byproduct of the behaviors, the words, and the actions of the individuals that comprise the organization. And of course, that's rooted in their commonly held beliefs or core values. So as you think about a business, especially one that's been operating for a really, really long time, that culture is going to shift over time. And if you think about even you yourself, I'm certain that, what you believe in, what you really hold near and dear, maybe has changed a little bit over the past, decade plus, right? You're a different individual than you were when you were 5 years old. Though there are some parts of you, that essence of you, that might remain unchanged, some of those values might evolve as you've had different experiences, had different connections, and have gained increased knowledge as you move through this life experience. So if individuals, if we change as we move through time, there's no reason to think that an organization wouldn't change its culture over time as well, especially as the individuals are changing, as well as the people in and of themselves are changing as well. The second major area of change or source of change is the business or growth strategy. A business exists most often to expand, to grow, to continue to grow profit, or to continue to live out its mission. It requires that growth over time. And that growth often demands a change in strategy. How are you going to get to that next level? This is a source of a change that's really common as you think about long-standing businesses or even businesses that's only been intact for a year or two. It's really understanding, how does our strategy need to change in order to meet our growth targets? An example of a change in growth strategy might be moving from organic growth or building innovation capability within an organization to shifting the focus to more inorganic growth. And that looks like acquisitions. So buying or moving in different products, different businesses that weren't necessarily created within that organization. That's what I mean by inorganic growth. So by shifting the focus of a business from growing the innovation internally to outsourcing or bringing the innovation in, that's a shift in growth strategy. And that's a change, and one that could likely impact you, especially if you're tapped or tasked to help integrate those new companies, those new businesses, or those new products. That's just one example on how a business or a growth strategy might change. I'm sure you yourself have either led change or been privy to being a part of an organization that went through a big strategic vision pivot, right? The reality is, whether the business changes, the market that you're in could likely change as well, right? So whenever there's that volatility, new competitors come in, you have to figure out, how does this business need to adjust? How do we need to change our own strategy, what we're doing, how we're delivering to our clients, how we're delivering to our customers in order to remain competitive and in order to continue the growth that we desire, whether that be the growth and impact of the mission or the growth of profitability, right? Whether top-line sales or cutting the bottom line. This type of change is inevitable, especially for those businesses that want to remain relevant and competitive. By the way, if you're getting value from this, you get jazzed about talking about change and organizational change and change management, you're just like me. And I've got lots of videos for you, so make sure you subscribe, like, click the bell so that when a new video drops, you'll get notified. All right, let's get back into it. What I want to leave you with is the fact that the power of choice is yours, regardless of what type of change you're experiencing in your work. Whether you're having to lead or go through a big cultural transformation, whether your business is now going through a new strategic change, changing strategy, changing the way you think about growth, how you respond to that change is up to you. It's your choice. I know so often when we're experiencing those types of changes, especially the ones we didn't ask for, that feels like it just comes down upon us, pops us across the face, hits us on the ground, you have to remember that you have a choice on how you respond to that change, how you show up, how you navigate through it. And I will tell you, there's opportunity within every single change to increase your learning, to help you become a better leader, a better contributor, a better employee. It's up to you to choose how you step into the opportunity that change presents. The choice is yours. Speaking of the power of choice, if that's got your mind going and got you a little bit interested, I've got something else for you. I want to gift you a free chapter of my best-selling book, Change Enthusiasm: How to Harness the Power of Emotion for Leadership and Success. This is a growth mindset that I've created and that's at the center of my consulting company, Change Enthusiasm Global. What I'm bringing to individuals all over the world, arming them in that seat of choice through any change. And I want to gift that to you. All you got to do is click the link below. Click the link below. That had an N in it. Click it. You know what click means. I want to make sure you have the data, the research, and the insights to be successful in fueling growth through even your greatest change challenges. I'm Cassandra Worthy. And until next time, keep growing and keep rocking.